Hi guys, welcome to Connectra, a platform where we are uniting and uplifting all the businesses of the Gen community. Joining us today is Mansi, an expert dietitian who is going to bust myths and clear confusion and help us to understand the math and science behind nutrition. Hi Mansi, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, Mitali. How about you?
Very good, very good. Let's quickly begin. I have a lot of doubts. But quickly just tell us something about yourself.
I am Mansi Parecha. I am consulting dietitian practicing at Tardive. It's been my 14th year right now and been catering to different kind of people, right from diabetes, blood pressure, thyroid, all the clinical conditions as well as weight management are my forte, and even the gut health. So here it is. I consult people online as well as offline. My clinic is at Tardive again, and I also consult people with the clinical conditions with the affiliated with certain doctors in town.
Okay, nice. So you've probably seen hundreds of clients have questions about food. What's the craziest diet myth someone has ever asked you?
The craziest myth person would have asked me that only fruits and vegetables can detoxify body in a week's time. So genuinely with this thought process in mind, client came in and she followed like only fruits, vegetables, salad, soup for the meal, and with a thought process that can help her to scale up her weight loss. But in that case, she was drained, she was fatigued, her nutrients were not getting achieved in that case. She had a certain deficiency like B12, D3, and all those factors. But the truth is, your detoxification happens in your body because that's a built-in process. Your kidney and liver can help you to detoxify. So you don't need like a fruit as a crash course. Require the balance of the nutrients. So that is what I can believe.
Yeah, so exactly. There's a lot of confusion about what to consume carbs versus fats versus proteins. What is your take on that?
So I can say carb, protein, fats are like a teammates. They are not enemies. And so basically, carb, protein, fiber are the three macronutrients. They are important as a body fuel for your body. So in that case, carbohydrates are important for your brain and muscle for the power or fueling, I can say. Then for the protein is needed for your muscle and the tissue repair. Fats are needed for the hormone and cell repair. So imagine if these three things are not there, so the synergy is going to be disturbed. So with that regard is important. And the confusion generally happens when one of the nutrient is massively excluded in the diet.
Okay.
So that's the problem.
Yeah, so
So balance is a thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And yes, sugar gets demonized a lot. What is the realistic perspective on sugar in the diet? Is consuming a small amount really that bad?
Not really. So officially I can say that about 3 teaspoon allowance is there per day added sugar.
That is a lot.
So what happens there, like the problem is that we don't think about the hidden sources like ketchup, sausages, bread, packaged foods. These are your hidden sources. So in that case, plus our conscious added sugar. So in that case, we are adding conscious added sugar also, plus we are adding the hidden sugar also. So that way it becomes more. So the problem lies or the challenges lies when we are not aware about the hidden foods. So that way, so if you're mindful about your hidden food, then you are okay to have that small amount also.
So these days, every second reel comes with a new miracle diet hack. How do you counsel someone to separate real nutrition with real nutrition?
That's interesting. So recently, only had a client who came in like with a thought process of following one hack, and that was called as OMAD. So in Jainism, we call it as Ekashna. So from March till November, she was following OMAD, thinking that she will have a massive weight loss in that case. But again, she was feeling drained. She had a specific craving. She was having a deficiency. These were her bad seeds. So in that case, what we helped her with a balancing of nutrients, proper fueling, and in that case, her progress was better. She was feeling much energized. Her nutrient requirement was achieved. In period of 2 months, she lost also 3 kgs as such. So no need of starvation. Rather, she was eating 4 meals a day, and she was seeing the difference. So no need of for following any of the hacks or reel-based food. We require the science or the knowledge how to cater to the concept of your nutrition and put it in a system as such. So
But so many gens keep doing Ekashnas regularly, like they're doing since years. So Like, is it wrong to do it, or only the consumption is the problem?
What happens in Nikashna also, we have seen like we have like a breakfast, lunch,
Yeah.
snacks, and dinner,
Yeah.
all
Overeat.
kind of we tend to overeat. So recently that's what I'm trying to say. She has now as a consultation, I'm giving her 1 or 2 fruits. She's like, this is too less for me. She's not able to manage with my quantities.
Okay.
And ideally one only fructose, it's a fructose at the end of the day. So how much you can have at one go. That's increasing your insulin also. So I would suggest spreading out your nutrients on a regular basis is important, and small frequent meals.
Yes.
So that way you achieve your nutrients also, you have a steady energy.
Mm.
So one is spiking up, one is down. So we have to plateau our energy levels through the day. That's why.
Okay. What is one simple change that can make a big difference in our diet?
Simplest thing I would say is stay hydrated. It's so simple, isn't it?
Um,
So staying hydrated can support all function in your body. Say like that boosts your metabolism, improves your energy, that can also lubricate your joint. So these are the simple things. And also having enough water can reduce snacking in between. So that aids in weight loss. So imagine so many simple things like having only water can make so much of difference.
there's a trend that if I eat only sattvic foods, I'll feel perfect all day long. Is this real idea?
It's real, but it's not practical. If I take a recall on a daily basis, recall is like a dietary recall, what you throw the day. Like most of Gujarati, Marwadis, or a lot of people around are having like idli, dosa, pav bhaji, a lot of fancy stuff. So in that case, practical to follow for long term is not there. So that way you will not be able to last for longer.
Yeah.
So practicality issue, and sometimes the nutrients is also missing in Sattvic food at times.
So not a good idea.
May or may not. Like if you can be consistent enough, then I would say go ahead. If not, then you have to stop there. Or maybe rework on your plan.
Yeah. So supplements are everywhere. What are the common misconceptions people have about vitamins and superfoods?
So if you step in the gym, you have to have a protein powder. So that's a myth. So yeah, it's not necessary you have to have. If you meet up your requirements, if you make an effort of having like a protein in each meal, or you're adding like a combination of carb, protein, fiber in each meal, you will be able to achieve your protein requirement also. So it's not necessary you have to be dependent on protein powders or supplementation. So this is important. But also if you be aware about your blood reports on a daily basis, on a regular basis, then things will be alright. Like if you're B12, B3, which is very common in vegetarian diets, you're not going to meet it.
Yeah.
So in that case, we have to take it.
Okay. So it's not bad to take supplements. Right?
It depends on the deficiency, depends on the requirements. If you have massive hair fall, so you need to understand why you have a hair fall. It's a protein deficiency, a biotin deficiency, or it's because of like a lot of factors are there. Or it's the stress, it's because of the post-pregnancy you have a hair fall, or post-viral infections, or you have a hair fall. So you need to understand. So that way you can get it controlled.
True. So yeah, there's a lot of buzz around gut health these days. Can you tell us what exactly does it mean, and how can someone take care of their gut health in daily life?
This is my favorite topic, to be more precise.
Everyone's favorite nowadays.
So gut health is related to digestive health. And why gut health is so important? Because food, when you eat, your digestion absorption happens there. So even if you have an apple, if converts into the fructose converts into glucose at the end of the day. But if your digestive system is so poor, it will not absorb, and that will be lying in your system. So there are trillions of bacteria, good as well as bad. So the colony of bad bacteria increases and absorption is poor. So now how to improve your gut health is like as simple as chewing your food, staying hydrated, adding like a fermented foods like we can say beetroot kanji is there, or maybe as simple as apple cider vinegar. So these are fermented food, chash, curd in your dietary ways. You can add like a probiotic supplements also in that case and improve your gut bacteria. So that way absorption of nutrient is much better. So if absorption of nutrient is there, it will go to your cell and that converts in energy. But there is no gut health, no better gut health, then food will be lodged in your bloodstream. So that way the problem arises. That's why gas, acidity, bloating, belching, that's called my gut health is poor.
Okay. So simple thing that can be done daily to improve it.
Chew your food slowly. Eat mindfully. Don't allow screen in front of yourself when you're eating your food.
That's something that is very difficult to change, but yeah, we can give it a try. Also, another thing everyone's really curious about is that, why does it suddenly feel that every other person is lactose intolerant around me? Earlier generations didn't seem to have this issue in them. What's the change in our lifestyle or diet that is making this generation feel it all the time?
Again, lactose intolerance might be coming because there is an enzyme called as a lactase, which is poorly synthesized in the body. But again, suddenly it's coming up, that could be related to your gut health. So enzyme creation or the synthesis of the enzymes is not so optimal because of the dietary or a gut health which is not aligned. That's it.
So everything is around the
Gut health, yeah.
But some people don't detect it even when they are like 40, 50, and then suddenly they find out that they are lactose intolerant. So
Yeah.
all these years.
So that gives them relief. Maybe they are not completely lactose intolerant, but that if they are omitting like a milk and milk products, then they are feeling like a relieved in that case.
Okay.
So that's giving you less bloating, gastric concerns. So that.
So it was always there, just not detected.
Or maybe over a period of time your digestive system has become so sluggish that you did not recognize what were the foods were bothering you. So now these kind of food were actually bothering you, like milk and milk products. So once you start omitting, you're feeling like that relief.
So it is real, right?
I could suggest may or may not.
Mm.
So answer is not correct. Like it may be. Depends on cases to cases.
Okay. So let's do a quick rapid fire round from the expert nutrition
Yes.
herself, and let's find out what we should actually follow. So detox water, magic or marketing?
Marketing.
Ghee every day, yes or no?
1 teaspoon, yes.
Wow. Weight loss is equal to cutting carbs. Is it true?
No.
Dairy or non-dairy milk? What's the big?
1 cup a day is fine. 200 ml.
Okay. Warm water with lemon in the morning, does that help?
Good. I can say 7 out of 10.
Okay. Salad is equal to healthy meals, is that true?
Only salads? No. It should be, if salad has like a moong plus has seeds, then it's yes. Only vegetable, no. Vegetable plus some sprouts or moong or chana plus some amount of fats, like maybe you can say nuts or seeds, or adding like a oil will be enhanced as a wholesome salad. Yeah.
Cheat meals is necessary or not?
Cheat meal is very negative. What I would suggest like comfort foods. Yes.
Thank you. It sounds so much better. Eating fruits after meals, is that good or bad?
Not with your meals, but in between your mid-morning or evening snack is fine.
Okay. Brown sugar versus white sugar, is there any real difference?
Okay. Not great, but yeah. But it
makes you healthy.
Yeah.
Homemade.
I would say the monk sugar is better.
Monk sugar. Yeah, that's amazing. So homemade.
So it's a natural. Just have to give you knowledge on monk sugar. It's the ancient root monk. So monk fruit, and it has been synthesized out of that. So it's a natural sugar, like how stevia was. That was a like similarly monk sugar is also natural. So it's a good replacement, and it gives you more sweetness also. So we can replace with that without any guilt.
Yeah, without any guilt. So homemade food is automatically healthy. Is that true?
Not necessarily. If your khana has a lot of ghee, it has not measured any amount of oil intake, or there is no balance of carb, protein, fiber, fats. You're just having a pav bhaji sandwich. Even if it's homemade, then it's a problem.
Okay. So Mansi, tell us, what does your ideal day look like?
I can say now winters are setting in. Now, generally my morning start with, I call it as a cocktail water, which has a salt, ajwain, salt, pepper, haldi in it. And so that concoction helps to enhance my immunity. And 5-6 drops of lime to it. Followed by, I go for a workout, come back home, either have my protein powder or have my munga and khapra, my favorite. Followed by, I go to the clinic in mid-morning and have my buttermilk, which has a 1 teaspoon of chia seed and some amount of milk base. Then my lunch comes in, which is like a roti, dal, sabzi and salad. Very sattvic and Indian-based food as such. Followed by, I finish my clinic, go back home. My comfort food is my coffee. And followed by that few minutes later, I have my fruit. Then followed by some sprinkled mixed seeds on top. And then I just relax, sit with my parents, talking. Followed by, I have my dinner, and which comprises of like a soup, and followed by some chilas or a dal khichdi, or it can be like Mexican. Today I had like a quesadillas, and that's it. So I would suggest in this case, try to finish your dinner 2 to 3 hours before your bedtime. That will be better. And hydrate well. That is also important. So the ideal food pyramid should have a carb, protein, fats, fiber, vitamins, mineral, everything in each meal. So if you notice, you will be able to place that, yeah, in my routine as well.
That's quite wholesome. Also, there's a lot of hair fall happening all around nowadays. What do you suggest? What should we do to avoid this?
If you have a hair fall, then this one is for you. You can add amla, black sesame seed, white sesame seeds, coconut, that's shredded coconut. You can add groundnuts, moringa powder, and good amount of sprouts in a diet.
And then the hair fall is.
And yes, you can see better improvement in your hair fall.
Okay. Also, a lot of people in their 30s nowadays are complaining about backaches and knee pain and joint issues. Why is everything happening so early nowadays?
I can say it's because of the sedentary lifestyle. Here, I may not say it's only because of the diet. Now, if we all are workaholic, we are sitting all through the day on the chair and not stretching well. In that case, our core strength is also going down. So in that case, the pressure on the back increases, and that could be one of the reasons. And maybe your dietary wise, calcium could be poor, and or if you're working out, there could be soreness. So it can be because of the muscles, or you're not stretching well, or your core strength is poor. That's because of the that I can talk about your back. And about your knees, your above muscles, your quadriceps and your hamstrings are not strengthened well. That could be the another reason for your knee pain. So you can add now new superfood right now is a Gon Katira. So you can soak Gon Katira. It's a jelly-like thing which you can add 1 teaspoon and have it every day. That can be helpful.
I'm googling this right now. So guys, that was Mansi for us. Thank you so much for a wholesome and a better understanding of what we should eat and how our day should look like.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys for tuning in. And for more such podcasts, please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you.